Turn this light off.
Why?
I don't want a bright-ass light in my eyeball.
Bright-ass light? Hey, Google.
BAL.
Turn on thick owl.
And oop.
Okay, so there is a gentleman currently temporarily experiencing homelessness on our drive to and fro the freeway. So if we go to work, if we need to hop on the freeway to go downtown or whatever, we see him. Not all the time. Usually weekday afternoons.
Yeah. He knows like when the people are coming home from work.
Right.
And that's when he's out there usually.
Right. And he's currently temporarily experiencing homelessness. And you have to throw in the temporarily in there because this is not a permanent state. It's not forever. He just needs a chance, honey. And he'll be managing hedge funds in Manhattan, partying with Michael J. Fox in The Secret of My Success, which was a movie from 1988. But we call him Really Hungry Guy. Why do we call him Really Hungry Guy? Because he stands, I would say, one afternoon a week, maybe two. Well, it comes in fits and starts.
Yeah, he's sporadic.
Right.
His schedule.
It'll be a couple days, and then you won't see him for a couple weeks.
Yes.
And he's on South River Road, which turns into Village Parkway, which turns back into South River Road, but that's the road for some reason. But he's on South River Road on our way to or fro the freeway.
Yes.
So that's when we see him majority of the time when we're coming home.
Right.
And he stands on the median, the cement thing, the raised higher, the divider of South River Road. And he has a sign that says, Really Hungry.
So we started calling him Really Hungry Guy.
Yes. So I just wanted to say a few things about him. He recently got a new sign. Well, it's a bigger sign. So he had a sign, but it looked worse for wear. And as the tabloid would say, it's been rode hard and put away wet.
Oh dear.
It's seen better days. His little former sign was a little beat up. Torn and tattered. So he got a new piece of cardboard and wrote, he stuck with the Really Hungry motif. But the sign, the height and width, the dimensions, it's a bigger piece of cardboard, which much better.
Improvement.
Yeah. So it's a bigger sign and he increased the font. Okay. He went from 12-point font to 18-point font for the older people driving down South River Road. He increased the font, and although I wouldn't have gone with Comic Sans, but hey, you do you, Really Hungry Guy. The other day, I was behind a red Tesla, and red Tesla rolled down red Tesla's window. I couldn't tell if it was a man or a woman. Really Hungry Guy was out there, and red Tesla rolled down the window, and I thought, okay, well, his sign says Really Hungry. Red Tesla is going to hand him like a Cliff Bar, maybe some fresh home-baked cookies.
I've seen him getting some Reese's Peanut Butter Cups before.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, it's been really hot in here in West Sacramento recently. Those things melt.
I know.
You got to eat them. Eat them ASAP, Really Hungry Guy. But so the arm comes out of red Tesla driver window, and it wasn't food. It was cash, money. I couldn't tell the exact denomination, but I could tell it was two digits. So it wasn't a 1 or
you could see?
5. Yeah. It wasn't a 1 or a 5, but it was a 10 or a 20.
Or a 50.
Maybe a 50. Definitely not 100.
2 digits for sure.
Yeah. And I thought, where do you land on giving currently experiencing homelessness people with signs on the road asking for money? But he's not even asking for money, but anyways.
I've always wondered, I literally want to pull over and ask him, do you want food or do you want cash? Because if you want food, I'll bring over the extra lasagna I've made.
Right.
I'll walk it down the road to you.
Oh my gosh.
I never give anybody anything.
Yeah.
But sometimes Luna wants to give, like, recently Luna and I had gone to Taco Bell.
Yeah.
And then we saw somebody asking for food on the corner, and she said, can we give him one of my burritos? And I said, sure.
Okay.
So we rolled down the window, gave him the burrito. But if I'm alone, I tend to not have extra food or cash on me. And even if I did, I don't know what's wrong with me, honey. I just don't give anyone anything.
There's nothing wrong with you.
There's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with you, and I think the same thing, because I think that if you're rewarding that behavior, you're encouraging that behavior. Really hungry guy is not on his way to a hedge fund, submitting resumes to a hedge fund in Manhattan. He's going to stay there because it's profitable. He makes $20 today, $100 a day. I mean, I've heard stories that panhandlers make $100, a couple $100 a day.
Yeah, I think it depends on how you present yourself, how you look, where you are, what your competition is.
Right.
I have to say, I kind of have an affinity to really hungry guy.
Absolutely.
He's like, he looks like he's not, like, he's kind of put together.
Yeah,
he could clean up real nice if you give him a haircut and put a suit on him.
Precisely. He looks down on his luck. But he could, give him a suit, a dapper suit and a shave, and some gel in his hair. And
do you remember we were walking on the levee and we saw, like, a garbage bag taped to the piece of concrete? Yeah. And didn't it have, like, remember it had, like, why did we think he put it there? Do you remember there was, like, something written nearby, and we were like, really hungry guy put this here. Yeah. I forget exactly what it said.
Well, he's a poet laureate, honey.
And then we've seen him walking, like, around back there in,
from
like,
the
trees.
River to the median.
So I think he really resides around there. I think he's keeping the area clean.
Hopefully.
I don't know. I just feel somewhat better knowing that he's out there.
Yeah.
Like, keeping everything tip-top out there on the riverbeds amongst the homeless.
Yeah.
I feel like he's a good homeless guy.
Yes.
You know, like, he seems like he's not starting fires, littering.
Yeah.
I trust him.
No gender reveal parties. Yeah. We trust really hungry guy. We're a shallow, superficial, vapid nation, but he's a decent-looking dude.
He is.
And yeah, well, he's always dressed. He has shorts, usually cargo shorts, and he has a couple T-shirts.
I feel like he's doing laundry somewhere. I wonder if he has, like, he knows people around that let him, like, shower.
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't look like he's on drugs.
No.
I like really hungry guy.
I do.
I always want to take him food.
Yeah. I
don't know if he wants it, though.
Right.
Does he have an icebox back there?
Right. And, well, this is just a personal thing. You know me, honey. All I think about is where people go to the bathroom. Like, I went to a food truck yesterday, Blazing Bacon hot dogs in West Sacramento, and I got us a couple hot dogs, and so I'm sitting there waiting for hot dogs. 28 minutes, by the way, for 2 hot dogs. But anyways, waiting for the hot dogs, and there are a couple of young kids. One was a teenager, the other's 20 something, but a couple of young people and it's not like a food truck, like one of those mobile homes, recreational vehicles. It was a small trailer.
Yeah, like you pull it along with a pickup truck type of thing.
And they were in this tiny space, and I just thought, where's the bathroom? Where do they go to the bathroom? Because I myself go to the bathroom 8 to 12 times a day.
It's always on your mind.
Yeah. And that's just number one. Number two, what happens there? So I can't. I think about it almost all the time. But you're really hungry guy. Yeah. Some lasagna and some garlic bread, and he's gonna enjoy it. And then what happens? What happens when the digestion process happens? What about his sign, honey? Really hungry. Now,
I like it.
Right. Brevity
right.
is the friend of comedy, as they say. But really, using really as an adjective, not very hungry. He's not trying to be hip, like hella hungry, like a Northern California homeless gentleman. Hecka hungry. I'm super duper hungry. Really
He's
hungry.
not trying to be funny.
Right.
He's not trying to make a joke.
Right.
There's no, like, God bless.
Yeah.
I hate when they do all that.
Yeah. Well, hate's a strong word.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, it's like, okay, who are we kidding here? Talk about signs. So really hungry, and then hungry as a verb, right? Or is that a state?
What if his sign just said hungry?
Hungry, as Lennox Albert pronounces it. Right, hungry. Or if we bring him food, bring him a bucket of here's a 14-piece bucket of KFC chicken. Is on the other side of really hungry? Is there not so hungry, or does he put the sign away and 4 to 6 hours when he's hungry again, he whips it out?
I've always said he needs to like have a little slider on the bottom.
Yes.
Like rate your hungriness from 0 to 10.
Right.
Like where are you at right now, Mr. Hungry Guy?
Right. Like Red Tesla gives him a Cliff Bar. I'm good for 2 to 3 hours.
He moves it from a 10 down to a 7.
Right. Well, okay. So the hungry, which is a verb, adjective.
I've told you before, I don't know parts of speech.
Okay. Well, it's a state of being. You're hungry.
Yes.
Why doesn't he write? There are other signs, obviously, but they emphasize the financial end of their hardship, like laid off. I have 3 kids. Some people, they write like a whole soliloquy.
Oh yeah.
Like they have a paragraph, so why not focus on? I need money.
He's got it right, because we're all driving past him. We don't have time to sit there and read a paragraph. It's a stop sign. It's not a red light also. Yeah. So he's taken all this into consideration. Mm-hmm. He knows that people are only stopping for a moment. Yeah. And I think, like, regardless what your sign says, if someone wants to give you cash, they're going to give you cash. Right. They know everybody wants cash. Right. If someone gives them food, they'll give them food. So I think he's just open to whatever. So it's short, it's sweet. Yes. You can read it while you're speeding by. You know instantly what's going on. It's not like the first person who saw the website eBay and you're like, what's in eBay? Really hungry, East
direct. eBay, East Bay. But yeah, it's very, well, like Squid Game. We're watching Squid Game. Yeah. When I first saw that title, I thought it was a kid's cartoon, and I was like, get out of here with this nonsense, Netflix. I thought it was like My Octopus Teacher. Right. Well, that guy has a problem. But it's short, it's direct, and now we go to Target here in West Sacramento, and we've seen a young gentleman. I mean, he's a teenager. Yeah. And he has like a clarinet. Is it? What is it? I thought it was a saxophone. I'd have to see it again. Yeah, well, it's one of those. Oh, is it the thing that Squidward plays in SpongeBob? I don't know. I never watched that. I'm an adult, honey, and I never had Wild Chows. But he puts on a show. Oh, yeah. And he jams. Oh, yeah. And he plays covers. He plays the hits. He's wailing out there in the Target parking lot. Anything from his new album. It's all upbeat. Right. There's no ballads. Yeah, and he's kind of dancing and jiving along. But he is usually with an older woman who I assume is the mom. She holds the sign, and that has a couple sentences of divorced or single mom, just need, God bless, need money, need help. Anything helps is another one. So they're putting on a show. Yeah. And I wonder how much that makes. They're busking. That's what that's called, isn't it? Yeah, absolutely. I wonder how much they make versus Really Hungry Guy. Could they join forces or compare revenue models? I also thought he could do because sometimes it's really hot. So he could change, on one side he could have really hungry, and then he flips it around, or he has a slider like you said, and it could be hot and hungry. Because that's another thing. Like, I'm hot, I'm hungry. Like, what if you give him food all the time, but he needs beverage? You want to wash the KFC down with the frosty beverage. Why don't you go find him and tell him all your thoughts? Have him on the pod. He'd appreciate We'll have him over. We'll cook for him. Yeah. He'll be our guest on our pod. Media does interview homeless, and I've seen it, and I've heard it, and I've read it before. Like, leave the people alone. Well, it's always a sad tale. Yeah. And no one, it's not an exact, it's not the same story of each single person. In the end, they hit a rough spot, and I feel bad. And in the end, no one has a solution. Right. Actually, on here in Sacramento on W Street and X Street, there are like city-run encampments. Yes. Where they have fences and porta potties and tables and tents, and I'm assuming some coolers with beverages and probably some food on some end. And so it's to get the homeless in this sort of society, sort of structure, this safety.
Yeah, some structure to it.
Yeah.
Keep it somewhat clean and safe and organized.
Yeah. And for my job, it's right off Highway 50, W and X. And so I wouldn't drive on W or X, but I could see from the freeway, which is 20 feet above whatever the street, 30 feet. And so we went there several months ago. I was like, let's drive there because I want to see what's going on. And it's quite the deal.
Yeah.
There's a city-sanctioned area, but then it's mushroomed, it's grown. There's a queue. There's people waiting. So there's just more tents that are not part of this system, and it's quite the sight. And I forget which W or X, but one of them is mainly tents, but then the other street is lots of RVs, lots of bombed out RVs. Like they have just junk on their front windows stacked from the dashboard to the ceiling because no one's driving them. They're living in them. And then your parents. That's all we talk about as Californians, as Sacramentoans. It always comes up in just chatting with coworkers, friends, family.
Yeah, especially it's grown so much in the last year or two, especially. So it's just, you see it everywhere you go now. It used to just be certain areas of the city or county.
Right.
And now it's like every neighborhood you go to.
Yeah, and because the tents are just, they're permeating everywhere.
And
one thing about Really Hungry Guy, he's always wearing a shirt.
Oh, yeah.
There are some gentlemen currently temporarily experiencing homelessness who are shirtless. And I just want to ask them, are you on the paleo or the keto? Because they look better than me shirtless, is what I'm saying. Okay, so...
And
Greetings, Internet. Welcome to But I'm Still a Good Person by Vince Nicholas. I'm Vince Nicholas. I'm joined by my sparkling wifey, Carolyn Nicholas.
Hi.
Hello, honey. Thank you for joining me at our dining room table for our little program here. Okay, so we ate at ampm / Arco.
You know how to treat me right, honey.
The Arco, the gas station, and then the ampm is the convenience store part. Why did we eat here?
Because you're a gentleman.
Treat my girl right. Anything you want, baby. we could go to Social Punch Bowl or Ella Dining Room or Localist. No.
Nah.
Just the best for my baby girl. Because that's our thing. We sample crappy fast food.
We're like, the local gas station has hot prepared food. We gotta try this.
Well, you bring that up, but Short Stack or Short Stuff Cafe in Roseville.
Yes.
Breakfast burritos, the bomb in a Chevron station.
Hecka good.
Crispy Crunchy, spelled with K's. Crispy and crunchy. A couple locations in Sacramento, but the one near us is in a 76 station. And we've looked at we're looking at going up to Willows.
Paloma?
Sure. About an hour north of here. But we're looking for places for breakfast. And one gas station up there has super duper bomb breakfast according to Yelp. So we wanted to go there. The food and gas station, it's a novel idea. That's
new. Our jam.
Yeah. There's a Shell actually on that I drove by this week for my job. It's on Powerin and Howe Avenue, and all it had, Mr. Burrito.
Okay.
Yeah.
I forgot that place has always been advertising hot food, like barbecue. Mm-hmm. I've never been there.
Yeah.
But like for years, and I think it's changed sometimes. But yeah, they've always been cooking hot food at that Shell.
Oh, okay. Well, right now the sign says Mr. Burrito, and that's all it says. And I Googled it. I looked on Yelp. No, nary a trace, nor peep heard from it. I can't find any information on it. And I thought, Mr. Burrito, it's either the best Mexican food on the planet or the worst.
My money's on best.
But we're and a few months ago we ate at 7-Eleven, their hot food.
Yeah, we did.
And 7-Eleven and ampm, both convenience store, liquor stores.
Yeah.
Gas at some 7-Elevens. But like 7-Eleven, I mean, this has been years, but they really stepped up their hot food game. They used to just have like hot dogs, but now they have taquitos and chicken wings and meatballs and pizza. ampm, I think they've always had pretty much hot dogs and sandwiches in their little hot food prepared section. So we did 7-Eleven a few months ago, and there was a feather on one of my spicy chicken wings. But other than that, honey, those spicy chicken wings were darn good. You
were happy that day. I was not.
Well, we had their taquitos, which were terrible. They were just really soft, just really lit. Their mini tacos, which were also just nothing, just dry.
Dog food.
Yeah. Horrible. Pizza was serviceable, like on a Mama Celeste from your microwave level, serviceable. But I really enjoyed the spicy chicken wings that had a feather on it.
The feather didn't like affect your appetite, your enjoyment.
I grabbed the chunk of the wing, the chicken wing that had the feather, and I pulled it off.
Yeah.
And then I continued eating.
Yeah, you did.
And was the feather from a down pillow that Mr. 7-Eleven employee? Because sometimes you show up to work and there's a down feather from our comforter on my sleeve, or was it a feather from a cage-free chicken?
Is one better than the other?
That's a fantastic question. I would.
What would you rather eat?
I would rather eat a real chicken feather, because who knows what's going on in that guy's bed.
Oh, shit.
And when's the last time he washed his linens, honey? Okay. So ampm, hot food. We were like, why not? For brevity, for the pod.
For you people.
For you people, for Kathy Lewis and Paul Lewis and Carrie Lewis, let's eat ampm hot food. First of all, we went to the ampm/Arco on Lake Washington Boulevard. It's pretty much on the corner of Lake Washington and Jefferson, in that shopping center right there. First of all, the parking sucks.
Oh yeah,
because the gas fill-up tanks, pumps, the gas pumps are super close to the ampm building location. I also go to ampm Arco on Bradshaw, and like the distance from the pumps to the ampm is like 30 or 40 feet. The one that we went to, it was like 10 feet. Mm-hmm. So each car, you don't know if they're going to turn to the pump or towards the ampm. And it was just a mess. And there was a big truck, little China. Okay, big truck, small parking space. It was just a headache to negotiate. Right when we got out of the car, they were blasting music like the ampm. And the one song I noted was "Can't Go Home" by Bon Jovi, one of their later hits. Uh-huh. They never made it as big as "Living on a Prayer," but they still had some hits.
Yeah, It's My Life.
Yeah, Now or Never, Bo, I don't wanna live forever. Yeah, Bon Jovi "Can't Go Home" was blasting, and we were jamming. So we parked, and the person who parked next to us, there was a family coming out when we were going in. Wife, couple daughters. Small.
Couple little toddlers.
Cute little boopers. And the dad, and this was 11:30ish?
Yeah, 11:30 a.m.
11:30 a.m. The dad had 4 24-packs of beer. 2 of them were Coors Light. I think the other 2 were Modelo. It doesn't really matter. But he was buying a lot of beer.
And he was carrying all 4.
Yeah, he was carrying all... Right. Well, should he have his 6-year-old daughter here? Hold this. Just lean back to counterbalance the heavy weight. But he was buying a bunch of beer.
Yeah.
It wasn't 6 a.m. in the morning, but it was morning-ish. And he was with his family. What was going on there?
And it's not expensive. Wouldn't Walmart be cheaper?
Yeah, another good point. Yeah. But just fascinating to see. Okay, so inside, the employees, the guy had a ponytail.
With the sides shaved.
Yeah.
Only like the hair on top and a pony.
Right. All around. So he liked it high and tight. The haircut you give me, honey, except his top was super long and he had it in a ponytail. We were going to go with breakfast only just because they didn't have a ton of choice, but they had options.
There's quite a lot. Because at first, we'd talked about, let's get one of everything they have.
Right.
And then we got there, and it was like, oh, this is too much. I don't know if we can eat all this.
Yeah. So we went with mostly breakfast. 2 breakfast sandwiches, one of their taquitos, and then a hot dog and a cheeseburger for some reason. You wanted the cheeseburger. You wouldn't relent. You wouldn't give up. They don't have any toppings. So there's no tomatoes, there's no onions, there's no relish.
Big disappointment.
Like fresh toppings.
Right.
They got the squeeze packets.
I wonder if that's because of COVID for some reason.
But the Bradshaw.
Oh, yeah.
They have their whole garnish bar there. And you can spoon a bunch of onions.
I love the garnish bar.
Yeah, and jalapenos. But for whatever reason, the Lake Wyatt, maybe it's a YOLO. No, it can't be YOLO versus SAC. They're both pretty much locked down in terms of food and COVID and all that. So it was disappointing. I like fresh stuff on my hot dog,
relish and
and
onions
tomatoes
and all that.
and lettuce. So that was just disappointing. Guy ahead of us, just a customer guy. He bought a couple hot dogs, so I wasn't feeling bad about the hot dog. But there was a point where we were just looking, because they have BBQ rib sandwiches.
It looked like the McRib.
Yeah, disgusting. And they had an Italian sausage, which is a white sausage.
Ew, yeah, it was so off-putting visually.
Yeah, it looks uncooked, but that's how it is, right? That's I know, but it's not. Yeah, aesthetically.
Put it in an Arco; it's even worse.
It did not look good, and at one point I muttered, "What are we doing with our lives?" But we braved it for posterity, honey. It was about 10:45. So buying all that beer at 10:40.
Really? It was even earlier.
Well, it was probably 10:30 to 10:45, somewhere in that window. So buying all that beer, what's up with that, dude? And they had like little stickers on each item that said enjoy by,
right?
Like a timestamp, like eat this by, and then it had a time like 11:30, 1 p.m. We'll get to the times in a second, but I like that. So you know when was this cooked, and you know if it's fresh, and you know if you're taking a chance. And I wonder, what do they have going on behind this stuff? Do they have a couple griddles? Do they have a fryer? Do they have anything?
I think everything comes to them frozen.
Okay.
There's no griddle. I think there's a couple microwaves.
Okay.
They're microwaving it, putting it under these heater things where you can then grab it and buy it.
Okay. They microwave it, put it in a bag.
Yeah.
Like a little carrying pouch, and then put it under some heat lamps and in a heated freezer storage thing. Okay, because like Crispy Crunchy at the 76, they got fryers back there, and they're
right.
I remember talking to the employees like, be here at 6 because we fry it and we put it out at 6, and that's the best time to get it. Okay, I'll be here at 6. And this is for longtime listeners of the pod. This is the ampm Arco, where a homeless, currently experiencing homelessness gentleman who was sitting on the curb outside of the ampm. We walked by and he asked me for the time, and I gave him the time, and I thought, why does he need to know the time? I proposed let's eat on the curb, much like that gentleman, or in the car, just to get the full experience. But we came home. We live like two minutes from there. Yeah, it's just down the street.
And even that, but okay, we'll get to the food in a moment.
They do have an app. And I'm a big app proponent, as you know, honey. I spend hours going on and on to you personally and on the pod about using the app. But like the app, it had a coupon, and the coupon was save 25 cents on a breakfast sandwich. And I was like, no, that is not worth my swipe. That is not worth my tap. That is not worth you collecting data on me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we did analog. We just grabbed and a bunch of these breakfast items. It was like 2 for $4, 2 for $5, 2 for $3. But we just got one of each of the items we're about to talk about. And it was about $9 total.
Yep, $9.18.
We came home and they gave us in a plastic. It was a black bag.
That's how Arco does it.
Yeah. I wanted an Arco bag, an Arco plastic bag. But did they charge us 10 cents?
I don't know.
I'm not sure. I think the employee was flabbergasted that
She's like, what are these losers doing?
Well, working at Arco, working at ampm, you encounter the dad with his family buying 4 24-packs of beer at 10:30 in the morning, followed by the loving young beautiful married couple buying a bunch of hot food that was made that was microwaved at 7 a.m. Anyways, we came back to our home and they put it in a plastic bag. I would have liked some ampm logo, some merch. And then you insisted that we eat this on plates.
Yes.
And I wanted to go the full ampm. Like I wanted to be in the car or on the curb eating sans plates, but you're fancy, honey. You're a very sophisticated young gal. So we got some plates from our cupboard, and we dug down. Okay, what did we get? We got 1 sausage, egg, and cheese croissant, 1 chorizo, egg, and cheese croissant, a tornado. No, wait. Oh, yeah. What was that thing called?
The tornado taquito.
Okay, a tornado. It was actually called I wrote tornado, a whirlwind of flavor because that's what it said on the little packaging. On the wrapping, it said tornado, a whirlwind of flavor. 1 spicy jumbo hot dog, and 1 cheeseburger. Cheeseburger. Do you know that reference?
No.
Oh, you're so young, honey. What's it like? Enjoy it while it lasts. Actually, Matt, my new coworker, and I were driving the other day, and we saw some kids getting out of school. This is a group of about 10 kids, and they were just walking home or whatever. And I just thought, enjoy it while it lasts. Enjoy the nothingness that is youth, the emptiness, the vacuum, because it only gets harder from there, kids. Anyways, Matt laughed. I did. I performed with more panache, honey.
Oh, okay.
Not so angry and bitter like right now. Okay, so let's start with the sausage, egg, and cheese croissant. Go ahead, honey. Thoughts, feelings, comments, reflections?
It was pretty terrible.
Yeah.
When the worst part of it was the bun, with the alleged croissant.
Right.
It didn't taste or look like a croissant.
Right.
But when you get a frozen breakfast sandwich from the store and you put it in your microwave, so everybody knows that consistency and that what happens. Mm-hmm. That's exactly how it was.
Yeah.
The sausage itself was fine. It was like a little sausage patty.
Yeah.
But the bun, the bread just ruined the entire thing.
Yeah. I see. To me, there was a little bit of flakiness layers, but I would say it's above a hamburger bun, but it's far below a croissant.
Yeah.
Like there's some croissant DNA in there, like 1%, 2%, 23andMe. There's some croissant something or other, but it's just a bad bun. But it's not as bad as just a crappy hamburger bun.
Yeah, I'll agree.
But I would put this, well, in terms of fast food breakfast, McDonald's is top tier.
McDonald's is fantastic.
Yeah, I would throw Jack and the Crack up there.
Yeah.
At the bottom tier, Burger King.
Oh my God, yes.
I would say this breakfast sandwich was like a low rent Burger King. Like the West Sac Burger King. They can't even muster 2 stars on Yelp.
Since you used to work at McDonald's,
yes,
perhaps you will recall, how do fast food places do their buns or their biscuits or whatever? Like how's their bread stored? How is it prepared?
Well, the buns they're just like you buy them from the bun aisle. I mean, they come in
like
massive
a giant
quantities.
like a bag, a plastic bag.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we toast them. For hamburgers, we would toast them
like in a toaster.
A big toaster. Like it would take 12 at a time, and you just pull down the little top, and it would toast it really quickly, and then you got a bunch of toasted buns.
So it's not frozen to microwave.
Correct.
Because that is terrible, and that is what ampm's doing, I believe.
Yeah. Well, but the biscuits were frozen. Biscuits, you had to, you threw them in the oven for, I remember it being quite a while, like 20-ish minutes, 30-ish minutes. So they would.
Yeah, oven's not
bake.
bad. That's not the same as putting them in the microwave.
Gotcha. Yeah. And then English muffins, what I remember is similar, they're just from the bread aisles, just quote unquote fresh.
Okay.
But this bun, not good. Sausage overall, sausage, egg, and cheese croissant overall. 2
stars.
2 out of 10? Or what about out of 10, honey?
2.
Okay. 2 out of 10. Yes. 2 stars out of 10 stars. Okay. It's not a cronut. Next sandwich item, breakfast item, the chorizo, egg, and cheese croissant. Same thing, same bun.
Exact, yeah. I did enjoy this a bit better, because of the chorizo flavor, I guess.
Yeah.
It was more notable than the sausage.
Yeah, there was a little spice, a little heat. But so we had a bunch of food going on, and I kind of put this to the side, and then I went back to it, and I noticed it got worse. Like if you take it out of its packaging, you take it from its little warm home, its
little foil wrap.
Yeah, you take it from. Well, first of all, you take it from its heated, it's a convection oven home at the ampm, and then you take it out of its little wrapper. It got worse. Like I remember eating it in the beginning. Oh, this ain't bad. And then I went back to it. And I was like, this is not getting better, and it's only getting worse.
As you said earlier, it's only like a 5-minute drive home.
Yeah.
By the time we got home and we immediately sat down and opened everything to eat.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff was already like lukewarm kind of on the cold side just in those few minutes.
Yeah.
You really got to eat it like as soon as you walk out the doors.
Yeah.
Sit down on the curb and eat it.
On the curb, or just eat it, pay for it and eat it right in front of a ponytail guy. I would say both needed something. They were both really dry. Like an aioli or a mayo chup. Ketchup and mayo sauce, something, just to throw in there. I know Wendy's on a lot of their breakfast. I would put Wendy's breakfast in the top tier also. They do like this honey butter thing. Ooh. Yeah, and it's really good. It adds to it. Okay, so the breakfast croissants, 2 out of 10 on both of them. I'll agree with that. I'll buy that for $1. The next one was a tornado, which is a whirlwind of flavor.
It's like a big taquito.
Yeah, and it was just cheese, right? Just pepper jack cheese. There were a couple kinds of cheese.
Was there egg in there?
I don't remember specifically.
Definitely pepper jack.
Okay.
That was the only flavor they had available.
Yeah.
I love pepper jack, so I was happy with that. I thought this was so good.
Yeah, you enjoyed it.
I devoured it. Yeah. You had a bite and then you didn't want any more, so I was like, yay, because I wanted it all.
Yeah. It was a good crunch. Like the shell was good. Like the 7-Eleven taquitos, alleged taquito, just terrible shell, just soft. So there was, they fried them wherever they make them, and then they ship them out. And then when they're microwaved, you can still taste the crunch, the fried shell, but it was fine. But I'm not much of a cheese guy, so it was good. You really liked it. I would liken it to like the Taco Bell cheese roll up, which to me is terrible.
I think that's terrible too, actually.
Well, it's just like a quesadilla and some cheese in there, and it's super soft. It's
I don't like the cheese consistency in that, but this cheese was like soft.
Yeah,
it's a crispy outer shell, and then the cheese is really soft inside this. Yeah,
it was good quality shell, good quality cheese. Agree with that. It's a better version of a cheese roll up or the 7-Eleven taquito. I would have appreciated like some meat in there, like some sausage or some beef. I think that would have made it a more pleasant experience. But you loved it. I thought it was fine. Next item, spicy jumbo hot dog. This for me was the best. It was really good. Good sausage or hot dog, whatever you call it. The bun was soft and warm. It was jumbo. It was a good size. It was bigger than your average ballpark, Frank. But I really like this. You had a bite.
It was okay.
so my attitude towards the tornado is your attitude towards the spicy jumbo.
Exactly.
And the spicy, a good amount of heat, I thought. Good flavor. So, this is what you love cheese. I love hot. I'm always going on and about hot dogs and sausages.
I'm not big on hot dogs.
You love cheese. You're always going on and about dairy. You want to cut out dairy, right?
Yeah, that's my challenge to myself.
Yeah.
Is to cut out dairy for the next little while here.
Yeah. So, hey, if you dig taquitos, get the Tornado, which is a whirlwind of flavor. Spelled with the U. Okay, they don't spell it with the U, but I spell it with the U, honey, because we're very sophisticated. And we're, what is the word? I can't think of the word.
And oop.
Anglophile? No.
That means you like white people.
Well, that's what I do. Well, I married one. And that's where the U comes, like...
That's like the
Caucasian,
European
Anglo-Saxon, European, right?
Yeah.
But there's a lot more
like
than white
England,
people in Europe.
They spelled everything with a U.
If you like taquitos, go with the Tornado. If you like hot dogs, go with the spicy jumbo hot dog. What was the Tornado? Would you give it best out of 10? Or?
Oh my gosh. 8.5.
I would give my spicy jumbo hot dog a 9.
Okay.
Let's move on to...
the last and the worst.
We saved the worst for last. Vanessa Williams song. That was in middle school. Okay, so let's start the tale with a young gentleman named Mr. Awesome on Instagram. His real name is Justin Wilhite.
Yes.
And he and I follow each other on the gram, on the socials. And this was 2 years ago. I was at an ampm. And I took a picture of something, and lo and behold, the socials distributed this picture. I placed this picture somewhere on the socials. He knew I was at an AMPM. Okay. And at the time, he messaged me and he's like, dude, the burgers are really good. I was like, really? He's like, yeah, just plain burgers. They're really, really good. They're super good. I was like, okay, cool. I'll check them out one day. Okay. Fast forward to yesterday. You wanted a cheeseburger.
You didn't want to get one.
I didn't want a cheeseburger. I was like, we got enough going on. But you demanded a cheeseburger made with 100% beef, by the way, honey.
Sure.
And so I think back to Justin Wilhite and him singing the praises of this Arco cheeseburger. And so we got one. Go ahead, honey. Thoughts, feelings, comments, reflections?
It was terrible. I'm sorry, Justin.
It was really, really bad. It was, well, first of all, it was plain. It was just the meat, cheese, and then the bun.
Yeah. And once again, it tasted like it had been frozen in microwave, so it was all like squished and condensed.
Yes.
And poor texture.
Yes. And we talked about the enjoy by the little timestamp sticker.
Oh, yeah. We should mention this.
It said enjoy by 11, and we were eating it at 11:15.
Yes.
So, 15 minutes. Give me a break. Like, a lot of the food I eat has been expired for a few weeks, honey. And we're still here. Preservatives every year.
You eat that expired food. I don't. But yes, you are here.
I'm still out here.
And you're healthy as far as we know.
Right. And so the expiration dates, they're just nonsense. 15 minutes, you think? Well, maybe they're really serious at 11:01. It's like the Shrek lady. Cameron Diaz.
Yeah.
Like when the sun comes out, doesn't she turn into like a frog or whatever?
She turns into a Shrek.
Yes.
Oh, what are they called? Ogres? Trolls?
Yeah. She turns from beautiful Princess Fiona. Maybe that's what happened at 11:01 to our cheeseburger. And it was super dry. And we threw on some ketchup.
Yeah, and you know what? But that didn't really help.
Right. Well, so I insisted on taking a bite sans ketchup because I wanted the
pure experience,
the 100% beef, straight mainline to the vein experience. So I had a bite sans ketchup, and I had a couple bites with ketchup. They were all horrible. I mean, the ketchup, fine, gave it a little life, but it was still really bad. I would appreciate it. Well, going back to the toppings, the garnishes, the accoutrements, if you will. I would appreciate it if they had fresh onions, tomatoes, lettuce.
That definitely would have brought it up a little bit.
And they had mayo packets. They had ketchup packets. They had mayo packets. We have mayonnaise. I should have tried it with some mayonnaise, but it wouldn't.
And oop.
It was terrible. So Lennox was kind of milling around. You'll hear him on the post show, the post eating,
the mukbang portion.
If you're a furry, the bonus content for our Patreon and OnlyFans. He was just playing with Booper, our cat, and hanging out. And you asked him if he wanted to eat a bite of the cheeseburger, the tornado, and he declared, "I don't like cheese," which blew my mind.
And then later that night, we got buffaloes.
Yes.
And he ate 6 pieces of the cheesy bread.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
And then he kept saying, this has too much cheese on it. Yeah. But then he kept eating more and more and more.
Yeah. I totally forgot about it. He's an odd one, that boy. And we love him. Darling Lennox Albert. So the cheeseburger 0, 1 out of 10. -3.
I'm going to give it a 1.
I'll give it a 1, yeah.
Because if you were starving, it would save your life.
Correct. High praise from my sparkling wifey. So I have a question, honey. When it comes down to gas station eats, and this is aside from Short Stuff Cafe or Short Stack Cafe and Crispy Crunchy and Mr. Burrito, ampm versus 11. I'm sorry, ampm versus 7-Eleven. Where do you come down on this this war, if you will, this battle?
Oh, why you give me this Sophie's choice?
Yeah.
Well, okay. Yeah. The tornado.
Oh, okay.
I love the tornado. I hated everything else. And I hated everything we had at 7-Eleven that day.
Yeah.
So I've got to go with the ampm.
Okay. I would side with 7-Eleven. Oh, it's like Bad Boy versus Death Row, honey. It's like Biggie versus Tupac in the 90s. Because there's more variety. They got pizza. They have these cheese stuffed meatballs that I haven't tried that look super good.
Oh, you are dying to try those.
They have wings. They have just a lot more variety. And then they got, well, their taquitos suck, but they got the hot dogs, and I don't remember what their hot dog tasted like, but I'm sure it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Actually, now that I think about it, I do remember it wasn't that good. ampm has a better hot dog, but just for variety, I would go with 7-Eleven. And hopefully there isn't a feather on my chicken wing next time. Let's review the movie Old, honey.
Okay.
It sucked. Okay.
M. Night Shyamalan, you guys, in case you didn't know.
Shyamalan, his new movie Old. It sucked. The end. That's the end of the review.
It was, okay.
Yeah.
It was so bad that we were laughing out loud.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, I had so much fun watching it with you guys.
Yeah.
Because all of us, the kids, you, me, we were laughing. We were like, what the heck? What's going to happen next?
We were yelling at each other.
It was so ridiculous.
We were just mocking the whole thing. Maybe in a movie theater where you have to maintain some sort of decorum, it wouldn't be as much fun.
I'm so glad we saw this at home, because if I was in public, I would have been yelling out loud. I wouldn't have been able to help myself.
You would have walked out of the theater.
I would have been so loud and annoying.
Well, then I'll just go over my thoughts, ideas, notes, hot takes here. M. Night putting himself in movies. He's it's not a significant character, but it's too much.
Too much
in this movie, and I think he was good in Signs.
Yeah. He was in like one scene of Sixth Sense.
Yeah,
that was fine.
Yeah, right. So it's like Spielberg isn't putting himself in movies, okay? Like, why does he feel the need to put himself? And if he does, keep it small, and keep it on a tiny scale, because it's distracting. You're like, what? Whoa, M. Night's in there, and he has dialogue, and is this a whole vanity project?
We just groaned every time he was on screen.
Yeah.
Like, oh God, here he is.
So annoying. His acting sucks. Okay. The camera work. It just I didn't get it. So like there would be a couple actors having a scene, dialogue, something was happening. And then M. Night would like pan the camera to the right and then focus on the rocks on this beach. And you could still hear the actors talking. So there's stuff going on. And then he would pan the camera back to the actors. It's like, okay, we're on the actors now. And then he would move the camera to the left and you would focus on the ocean water.
And seemingly for no reason.
Yeah.
Like, there was no purpose to that other than it's just like an artistic choice.
Right.
And then other times it would just be super close up on somebody's face.
Yeah.
For no reason.
Or like it would be one person in the foreground and then the other person just completely out of focus, which, okay, fine. I get it. But for long periods of time.
It was distracting.
Yeah. Dialogue, terrible.
Terrible.
Just so bad. Like, terrible writing. Did these actors, like, what? I would have been like, no, this is crap, M. Night. Rewrite! Here comes some notes from me. And for like half hour, 45 minutes, it was bad, but I was like, well, I still want to see where this is going.
Yeah, let's see where this is going, exactly. And then it took a turn for the ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to see, it was like, I wanted to stop watching, and then I wanted to see where it was going. Like, I felt those conflicting feelings at the same time, which is new or different, unique, novel for me for a movie. But I was like, I want to stop watching this, but what's this going to pan out to? Where's this going? But at about 45 minutes, I was out, dude. I was like, I'm over this. I said to you, I don't need to watch anymore. And then one of your brothers, Cameron Fisher or Brandon Fisher, spoiled this for me. Okay. I don't care about spoilers. I avoid them if I can, but if one comes into my life, I move on. I'm a grown up. I also don't watch post-credit scenes, okay? Because I've been sitting in a chair for 2 hours and I want to get up and I'm probably hungry. Let's get some dinner.
You're a really hungry guy.
Right. And if it's anything important, it'll be well, it's never anything important. If it was important, they would put in the stupid movie, and the post-credit scene will be on YouTube somewhere. I don't care that much about canon and cinematic universes. Anyways, 80 people responded to me.
80 people yelled at you on Twitter for having that opinion.
For having an opinion about not caring about post-credit scenes. Because I'm an adult. But I knew the spoiler. I knew what was happening here. But I'm glad I knew. So I wouldn't be disappointed or crestfallen. Speaking of M. Night, I remember his movie The Village. Terrible movie.
I liked it.
Really?
Well, okay. As far as M. Night movies go, it was one of his better ones, I would say. I'll say this. I was really into it until you find out what's going on. And I was like, this is stupid. Compare. But, I brought that up because I remember some friend somewhere in my life, they had seen it. And they were like, do you want to know the spoiler? And I was like, no, not really. I don't need to know the spoiler. So when I found out, when I watched the movie and I see what's going on, I was like, it's just so bad. It's so disappointing. I was crestfallen. It's heartbreaking. So his movie's like, I want the spoiler, so I won't be just so like, oh, that was so dumb. Is that why I've invested 90 minutes of my life? So with the village, when you found out it was a sanctuary or a zoo or whatever, they had cameras everywhere, you were like, what are you talking about, a zoo?
The village. Well, I mean, it was like a habitat, an exhibit.
Well, no, it wasn't.
The village?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't it that the parents had decided to leave? Okay, spoiler alert. The parents decided to leave the modern society because it was too dangerous. And so all these friends came together and they created this secluded village to raise their children. But I don't think no one was watching.
Well, there were fences and there was a security guard.
That was just... Yeah, but there weren't, like, spectators.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean...
it was, like, a private...
I explained it poorly, but...
I think they hired people just to, like... So they didn't want, like, people wandering in from the outside.
Yeah.
They didn't want any of their people getting out.
Yeah.
So...
But you were okay with that?
Sure. I was okay with it.
That justification for...
I never saw...
all those creatures that were fake and moved
were
around
the parents dressed up?
Oh,
okay, I'm not saying it's great.
Yeah,
it's a little dumb, but the spoiler itself didn't. I was like, okay.
Okay. Someone needs to stop M. Night. Is my point. Just briefly now. This guy has directed Sixth Sense.
Excellent.
Unassailable. Fantastic movie. Unbreakable. Not great.
It's fine.
Yeah, but as far as a different spin on superhero genre,
it's cool.
Dug it. And then Signs. We just watched that recently.
I love Signs.
Signs is fantastic.
I know a lot of people don't.
Yeah.
But I've always loved that movie.
Okay. And then he's gone downhill. In 2004, The Village, which if you had told me this opinion, honey, in 2017, no, all movies are subjective. Mm-hmm. All food is subjective. Our taste buds change, Mom, to quote Lennox Albert. But I did not like The Village. Lady in the Water, did you see that?
Horrible.
The Happening.
Horrible.
Terrible.
Old was akin to The Happening to me in terms of like so bad it's funny.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Last Airbender, I didn't watch. I assume Lennox watched it?
The kids have seen it and they hate it. Okay. They love the animated series.
Okay. And then... sorry.
Oh, that movie with Will Smith and his son?
After Earth, yes.
That was horrible.
Terrible. The Visit, which I didn't watch.
Never saw it.
Okay. And then he did the Split Glass, which was praised on some level.
I love Split.
Okay.
I didn't see Glass, though. Glass got, like, terrible reviews. But
right.
I love Split.
Okay.
And everyone I talk to... people I see on Twitter.
Yes. Same thing, honey. Same diff.
A lot of people who like Split only like it because of the tie-in to the Unbreakable universe. But I was totally digging it the entire time, and I didn't have it. And then I saw that at the end. It was like kind of a twist.
Yeah.
Like a tie-in to that, and I was like, oh, okay.
Split for me, I just had zero incentive to watch it. I didn't want to watch it because it's a guy who has a couple girls, like, trapped, right?
Yes.
Jailed up. Like, I don't want to see that.
And then...
That makes me feel bad.
Oh, okay.
What's up?
James McAvoy is so good in it.
He's a good actor.
And then he changes as the movie goes on, and he becomes like this
right
creature.
He has
thing. He has multiple personalities, but then he like transforms even more to being like an actual like physical monster.
Okay,
it's cool. I really liked it.
Okay, so maybe I'll watch it. Maybe we'll watch it, honey. Would you be?
I'd watch it again.
Okay,
mm-hmm.
But. M. Night has fallen off.
Oh, for sure.
Why do actors agree to be...
That's what I said. I said, why does anybody agree to be in an M. Night movie?
Yeah.
The Visit was widely praised, so maybe people nowadays are like, oh, I'll take a chance on M. Night.
Okay, so let's get to what really matters here, the important issue, honey. One of the stars, he's not the main star, but one of the stars is Gael Garcia Bernal. Handsome? Is he not handsome?
I've always loved this guy.
Yeah, me too. Well, I remember him young. I remember watching him in Y Tu Mama Tambien, which was a sexual journey of two young men and an older woman on the coastal side of Mexico. I don't remember exactly. I did watch that at my parents' house. They weren't watching it with me, but they were around in the kitchen doing whatever, and I felt very uncomfortable. But I thought he was super cute / handsome 20-ish years ago.
Yeah, I think he's cute.
And old, I don't think he's good looking anymore. He's gotten older. I mean, who hasn't?
He kind of looks exactly the same, but yes, older. Mm-hmm. I guess
and he spends time with his shirt off, and he's zero muscle definition. Like, why didn't M. Night hire him a personal trainer? Like, you're going to be on the beach. Does that just contribute to his every man, every dad
I guess.
Sure. But he does... the young kid does age to mid-40s-ish in the movie. And so... Luna Marie was watching it with us, and Luna asked you, how old is that guy? And you said mid-40s. And then darling daughter Luna Marie, who I hold near and dear to my heart, she said, Vince looks better. And I was like, yeah, that's my girl. But I do look better than that guy.
Yeah, you do.
Was he the Stanley Tucci?
Yes, I thought it was Stanley Tucci.
Okay.
It wasn't. It's some guy
right.
I've never heard
It
of.
wasn't, but it very much looked like him.
Stanley Tucci in a wig.
Right. All right. Well, so old. Crap.
Watch it if you want to laugh at a terrible movie.
Watch it at home. Yell at your TV. And then, yeah. Don't go see more M. Night movies.
No.
Please, movie studios, stop bankrolling this guy. It's got to end. It must end. Alrighty, that's the end of the program. It's been fun, but not really. Let's all try a little harder next time. Like, comment, subscribe, follow, review, and rate. Or don't. Do whatever you want. You're a grown-up. Make your own decisions. Do what's best for your family. Please be sure to use our promo code for Sheen. We don't have a promo code for Sheen. Goodbye. I love you. We love you. We hope you have a good day today and tomorrow. And sure, I may have said that I found Gal Garcia Bernal attractive 20 years ago, but I'm still a good person, and we're still good people. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your time. I hope you have a wonderful day/night. Bye. That's the official end of the show, but here's some bonus content for those who follow us on OnlyFans. We don't have an OnlyFans. If you love ASMR or mukbang, or if you're a furry, here's us eating ampm hot food. Enjoy.
And oop. Ooh.
We got chicken.
Is that crispy, juicy, tender? And oop.
Hey Google, start a timer for 30 minutes.
Sure. 30 minutes. Starting now.
All right. Are we live?
I don't want you to be like...
All right. What is this? Oh, good until 12 p.m. I'm so excited.
Within an hour.
Cheesy pepper jack, tornado.
Are you,
do you want ketchup?
Are you a YouTuber? I'm so excited. Oh, I see. Enjoy by. What is your... That one says good till?
Yeah.
This is enjoy by.
What's your time? 1:15?
1:15, yeah.
Do you want ketchup? Or should she just plain?
I'll go grab it.
Is that?
By the beach.
Oh, it's spicy.
Spicy.
This is so good. Mmm. Hecka good. I'm gonna taste the hot dog. The stuff didn't stay hot long, did it?
Hmm?
This food didn't stay hot long.
I doubt it's quote unquote hot.
Well, those little warmers they're in are really hot. Like when you stick your hand in to grab one.
Oh, yeah?
Here, take a bite of this.
You took a bite, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You can have the rest. I don't want any more hot dog. Do you like pepper jack cheese? Oh. Chorizo, sausage, egg and cheese croissant. I love pepper jack cheese.
Okay. This is good.
That thing I just ate was amazing.
Was it a tornado? It was a,
What are those
a
called?
taquito.
A taquito, yeah. Enjoy by 1:30. Yesterday.
500 calories.
31 grams of fat. Wow. This,
Bun biscuit.
what is this? Yeah, it's like a hamburger one. This feels like a frozen bread that's been microwaved.
Mm. That's exactly what it is. This is good. I like it.
This is pretty good.
This is what the guy ahead of me ahead of us.
I didn't think this was very good, but oh.
Okay.
You trying to get him up here? Oh, we also got this. Just
I didn't got a
sausage.
hamburger.
Yeah, we got a hamburger. Super. Oh, that was so cute. Oh yeah, it's good. The bread sucks though. This is not a croissant.
It's a bun
Yeah.
with like a 2% croissant ingredients. This is
Whoa!
what?
620 calories.
Hmm.
What do you think about the chorizo?
Better than I expected, but it's still not good.
It's terrible. Oh, it's not terrible.
Right.
It's fine. You want to bite?
Smart man.
Oh,
Booper.
sing a booper song. Ooh, 11? Is that AM or PM?
AM.
What time is it?
It's
Oh, it's
11:13.
11:15. Throw away the cheeseburger.
Look at his eyes. You have it like that.
Wait.
This is like
Oh, jeez.
this is like Burger King equivalent.
Oh, yeah.
Booper's gonna steal your food.
This hamburger is pretty sad looking. Should we, I kind of want to put ketchup on it.
Mom, Booper's gonna steal your food.
Do you mind getting ketchup? Booper can have some of this food.
Oh, kid? Booper,
No.
Get food.
Well,
Get food. Booper, go get food.
he can have some egg, I guess. Can cats eat bread?
Yeah, I think so. No, go down there. Get back, Booper. Get back, Booper. Why is Booper a cat? Why ain't that a dog?
Because his mom and dad were a cat.
Why do? What if his mom was a dog?
I don't think cats and dogs can make babies. Although, have they tried? Thank you, honey. I don't want any more of this chorizo thing, do you?
Okay. Well,
I think Booper's gonna take
We don't have to
I'll
finish.
finish.
There's no law saying we have to finish.
There is.
Why are you stirring this?
Because it was probably like liquid on top.
Yeah, thank you.
Mom, Booper's gonna take a nap.
That's
up
very
here.
thoughtful of you, actually.
He's stealing your food.
He's smelling our food.
Wait, let me take a. Okay. Let me take a bite without ketchup
Take a bite of the edge.
an unfettered bite.
Yeah. The way ampm intended.
Mm-hmm.
Don't go down there. You're gonna fall.
This is cold. You want to bite a hamburger, Len?
Does it have cheese in it?
Yeah.
I don't like cheese.
You don't like cheese.
No, I don't like cheese in my hamburger.
Your mom loves pepper jack if you listened earlier. That's terrible.
This is terrible.
I think Booper Doggy wants some food. Why do I call him Booper Doggy? Booper
don't
Doggy.
know. This ain't no Angus. 100% premium.
Mm-hmm.
Yet I'm eating it.
I'm like Booper Doggy.
What that doggy do?
This is getting worse. Worse and drier.
I like it, the Booper.
Oh, he loves his chin being scratched.
Because he can't do it himself.
Yes, he can.
Only why does he like it so much?
Done, babe?
Yes. Take it away. Disgusting. Well, that was terrible. That taquito thing was amazing.
Does the Booper want a taquito?
The Booper would be scared of a taquito. Look at his face. He's so happy.
Yeah.
That's what it's supposed to be. His hair's flying all over the place.
I know, I can see it.
He's dying.
Wow.
It's so disgusting. Why eat it?
Because I paid for it. Paid $9 for this crap.
Booper paid $0 for this. He doesn't have money.
We paid $0 for Booper.
Yeah, we did. We know Booper.
And he was worth every penny.
Yay! Worth every penny, but he wasn't anything.
Oh, we need to buy him more flea drops.
Booper doggy doo. Booper doggy doo.
Booper. Can make Booper meow for the microphone.
Oh, I know how to make him meow for the microphone.
Honey, you can make him meow.
I know how to.
I can? I learned to.
You can.
Oh.
You and him always talk in the mornings.
Well, that's when he's helped the chatty.
Yeah, he's very chatty in the mornings.
Croissant.
Yeah, they both said croissant, the breakfast sandwiches.
Okay.
But that is a lie. Booper. We're trying to get Booper to meow.
I'll give you a meow. What are those? You want him? Want some little treats? Give you one.
On his paw.
Eat it.
Does he see it?
I don't think so.
How do you not know there's a treat on your paw?
Just eat them, little Booper.
Tornado, a whirlwind of flavor.
Oh, yeah, Booper.
What did Mark Finan write that?
Booper. He's sweet. Meow.
Oh. Booper, can you meow? Booper.
You gotta bribe him like we do with Luna to get her on the pod.
That's what
I'm sorry.
That's what Linux is trying to do.
Meow for the content.
Did you hear Lynn?
What?
Meow for the content.
Yeah. Yell for the TikTok.
Booper, doggy doo.
Someone called him Musty on TikTok.
You can have everything now.
13
Ah,
grams.
he's licking.
What happened?
He's licking Lennox's fingers.
13 grams of protein.
I don't like it. Eat it.
You don't like him licking your fingers?
You know where that comes from?
Oh dear.
Oh God.
I'm gonna go.
You made it weird. It just got real.